Hello everyone, my name is Soren, and by the time you'll be watching this video it'll be 2024. I decided in 2024 to start a YouTube channel, and it's kind of been something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've tried on and off for years to get my own YouTube channel started, and I kind of gave up because lack of self-confidence and I didn't really know what I was doing at the time, and I've been procrastinating as well. I've just been putting it off. I've had a friend last year in February who's a YouTuber give me tips and advice and coach me, and I was still too scared to do it. I have decided I should just bite the bullet and start my own YouTube channel. So this is where I am right now. My art career started out as most artists do, probably drawing since childhood. When I got to secondary school, I didn't really know what to study, and at the time I had to pick between computer sciences or art, and I wasn't really sure what to pick at the time, but I figured, I'll go with computer sciences. It was more chance of finding a well-paid job, and I studied that for a few years, but then my final year I failed. Then my son was born and I had to stop school. So for a few years I was helping raise my son, and eventually when he started to go to school I decided to go back to school, and I managed to get my secondary school degree in accountancy and IT. During the time I was studying I kind of rarely drew, and I suppose over the couple of years after that as well, drawing was more something I did when I just felt like it, and I didn't really have anything to focus on. It was just something I did now and again, or I would doodle in the margins of my course book. Then later on I entered a new relationship which left me with less time than ever, and I was concentrating on studying, relationship and so on, and it was a rather toxic relationship. I never had time or never made time for art then. So in about 2018 I split up from my partner. I decided that I want to do something for myself and rediscovered my love of art, and I really got into it, and it made me feel really like a sense of joy and peace, because my life had been all over the place with the turmoil of the relationship, and by doing art it helped ground me, give me like somewhat something to concentrate on, so my spiraling thoughts wouldn't get out of control. I decided in September 2018, hey, I want to do something with my art, so I enrolled in a course for comic books and illustration, and I studied that for 2 years, and it was a course that was every Saturday morning. I had to travel. It was about half an hour to get there for me by train, and then to walk there as well. I worked part-time and still did some drawing and earned a bit of money, mainly through family and friends who bought something to support me, but at the time I didn't know how to price my art, so I was probably underselling. 2021 I ended up injuring my knee. Well, it wasn't really an injury, it was basically I was working in a warehouse and I was lifting heavy loads, so the cartilage in my knees had worn out after working there for so many years, and I was in a lot of pain, so I had to go to physiotherapy, and I spent 9 months at home because I was in that much pain. But I still can't stand for a long time. I have to do exercises for my knee or it starts to hurt again, so I have to constantly make sure I move around. So while I had my physiotherapy, it's about 6 times a week, I also started to have time to think about what did I want to do in life, and I wanted to start my own business doing pet portraits, and I didn't really have the courage, but since I was off ill, I knew it's something I wanted to do. So in 2022, once I'd recovered and my contract at my old job during the time I was sick had come to an end, so I didn't have any work, and that's when I decided, I want to start my own business. In Belgium there is something called Starters Labo, and it's kind of like a project where people can test out their business idea before they actually start their own business. So I started doing that from May in 2022, and I started doing pet portraits, combining my passion of art and animals. That started to go alright. I'd been to a few markets trying to promote myself, and then I also decided in September 2022 get written in for art school as well, because it's something I'd always wanted to do, and I'll have a video about that in the future about why I decided to go to art school. That's for another time, but if I do have the video I will link it below. June 2023 I ended up having a nervous breakdown, mostly caused by depression and burnout, and it was triggered by a rather traumatic event which happened to me at that time. So yeah, that was June 2023, and I've been recovering since, and then wondering what to do with my life. I know the web shop at the moment, I don't feel up to it anymore. It might be something I go back to, but right now I just want to concentrate purely on art. And I also thought I want to try something new, and I thought YouTube was the way to go because there are so many inspiring artists out there, and I guess that's what my goal is for the current year, upcoming year, is to hopefully inspire and teach others what I know. I'm not an art teacher, but I like to share what I already know. Also take you guys along on the journey. So I hope you'll follow along with me for the ride, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.